This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network. You are watching Rose-Hulman Men's Soccer on the Indiana Sports Network.
Welcome to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, the U.S. News & World Report's #1 engineering school in the United States that offers a master's as its highest degree for 18 consecutive years. Rose-Hulman, where you come to find yourself. Find yourself through personal growth, through personal development, through study, research, and invention. Rose-Hulman, your home for academic and athletic excellence. You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
If somebody's kind of...
Good evening and welcome to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology for today's HCAC men's soccer matchup between the Manchester Spartans and the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. Hello, friends. Welcome to our special broadcast, this midweek broadcast of men's soccer. I'm Walter Gordon, bringing you the action tonight on a beautiful, crisp evening in Terre Haute, Indiana, where it's fall and the trees are turning colors, and it's a beautiful setting for this this evening matchup that we have between two institutions that are at the top of the HCAC standings. Rose-Hulman, the host school, has a record of 8-1-2 overall, but more importantly, 4-0 in conference. Manchester, they're undefeated in conference as well, with a record of 2 wins and 2 draws. Their overall record, folks, 3-5-4. These are two defensive-minded clubs, and it'll be very interesting to see if someone can dent the scoreboard early, because chances are you won't dent often. Scoring is going to be at a premium tonight, and maybe to get out to an early lead would be advantageous for both of these conference foes. They're very used to each other. Rose-Hulman holds an overall series mark, I believe 25-5-4 overall, where the Engineers have dominated this series as of late. Neither of these teams have allowed a goal in the month of October. Matter of fact, you have to go back to late September when the goal has been yielded. Both clubs have played the last 4 matches without surrendering a goal, and that's all of conference play. 4 games for Rose-Hulman, 4 for Manchester. Nary a goal has been surrendered by those two defensive-minded teams. We'll step aside for our first break in our Culver's pregame show. Come back and get you set for action. Manchester, Rose-Hulman, right here on the Indiana Sports Network.
If somebody's kind of on the fence of going into a recruiting office or just reaching out to a recruiter, I would absolutely encourage it, if anything, just for the information.
We have a lot of enlistment bonuses out there right now, upwards to about $20,000. If you're in college or you plan to be to college, this is a great choice for you, because our organization, we look for students who want to go to college. We also have educational benefits where we pay up to 100% of tuition.
To everyone who loves great food, Let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
You are watching HCAC men's soccer at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
And we're back at Rose-Hulman as we're getting set for action. Manchester and Rose-Hulman tonight on the pitch. We're just several moments away, and in a moment we'll have the playing of the national anthem. And they'll introduce starters. We'll do our best to show you that, and we may even have the mic tapped in. If not, then we'll do our best to get the numbers and the names called off for you. If not right at that moment, then we will get the names called as we begin. When you look at these two teams, we talked about no goals being scored since September. Manchester has not allowed a goal since an away game at Huntington, September 21st. That's the last time they allowed a goal. They have gone their last 4 contests. That's at Defiance, versus Hanover, versus Franklin, and at Transy. Those 4 contests without giving up a goal, they are undefeated in conference play at 2-2. Rose-Hulman has not allowed a goal since September 24th. That's at Ohio Northern. And so they are undefeated in conference play. They've had wins at Mount St. Joe's and at Defiance, and home against Anderson and Earlham. We'll be right back after these messages.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family.
Saturday, November 5th at the Zora Shrine Theater. Spend an evening with country music legends. Labor League presents Lone Star.
Every little thing that you do, baby, I'm amazed by you.
With Dina Carter on the Surf Pro stage.
Strawberry wine.
Get your discounted tickets today at Casey's General Store or Eventbrite.com. Lone Star with Dina Carter, Saturday, November 5th at the Zora Shrine.
I'm All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at YorkAutomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
And back at Rose-Hulman as we'll get the starting lineups here. We'll get these as best we can. Elliot Mozingo.
Number 5, Ruben Gonzalez.
Ruben Gonzalez.
Hunter Nikoloski.
Hunter Nikoloski. Matt Brown. Julian Coe. Corey Mitchell. Jackson Fagan. Noah Black. Devin Allen. Christoph Manny. And the goalkeeper, Aaron Ketchmark.
And now the starting lineup for your Rose-Hulman.
And for Rose-Hulman,
Number 4,
Luke Dowdy.
Number 6,
Kai Moore.
Number 7,
Caleb Urban.
Number 10, Takazo
Kelly.
Kelly. Number 15,
Jake Pohl.
Number 20,
Zach Bubelich.
Number 22,
Elijah Hardison. Julius Salinas. AJ Yilmaz. And Owen Trutz.
Number 0, Michael Trent.
Michael Trent, the goalkeeper tonight. So Michael Trent will be, as I mentioned, the goalkeeper. 5'10" sophomore from Fairfax, Virginia. He's been the goalkeeper in a couple of games and has not allowed a goal in about 76 minutes of action. These Manchester Spartans, their goalkeeper Aaron Ketchmark. Aaron has been a very good goalkeeper as well. He's allowed 15 goals in 9 matches. But as we mentioned, in conference play, has not surrendered a goal. That I believe that amounts to 325 scoreless minutes by both of these clubs, if my memory is correct. So both of these teams are just doing great things defensively. And we'll see how this game progresses. To see if somebody can get on the scoreboard early. Well, big thank you to our sponsors, our Indiana Army National Guard, our presenting sponsor, Culver's, our pregame sponsor, as Manchester gets on the attack early. Also want to thank Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane, Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive. York is our transportation sponsor here at the Indiana Sports Network. They have locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. Just underway, Manchester at Rose-Hulman men's soccer. Two teams that are at the top of the conference in the HCAC. The conference schedule, the regular season, ends at the end of this month. 2 weeks from today will be the regular season finales, and these teams are vying for conference standings. Rose-Hulman at the top of the conference, followed by Hanover at 3-0-1 in conference. Manchester right now sitting in that third spot, 2 wins, no losses, and 2 draws. So you see the top of the conference, very competitive. After them, tied in 4th place, Transy, Bluffton, and Franklin, all 3 at 2-2. First corner kick of the match. And Rose-Hulman is able to clear that. And Manchester will now set back up. That's Devin Allen who retreats. Communication paramount in soccer, as it is in any sport. You have to have good communication in team sport. In soccer, well, you have so much ground to cover that communication is so important. Trying to connect with Ruben Gonzalez, not able to do so. Manchester will keep the possession. Chad Brooks, the coach of Manchester. Sean Hollywell of Rose-Hulman. Talked about conference standings being so important. The top seed will host the conference tournament, providing that they're able to win their semifinal match. They'll have a home championship game. You know, it's the top 2 seeds get that bye. A 6-team conference tournament here in the postseason in the HCAC. Top 2 get a bye all the way to the semifinals. So you definitely want to be top seed, but if not top, then get that 2nd seed. As I'm going to come back the other way. Ketchmark gets his big boot into it. And Rose-Hulman will try to get on the attack here. Manchester with an early opportunity and great defense there to keep Ball out of the middle. It's always interesting to see who will be the aggressor early. So many times the aggressor gets rewarded. Nice run into the area, close to the box, top of the box there, as Rose-Hulman able to thwart that attempt. Now see Elijah Hardison. Now Dowdy. Rose on the offensive now. A little bit of fancy footwork, trying to get into the middle, and we're going to go Manchester's way. And you see for Manchester, you see Julian Coe is going to be somebody to watch. So definitely keep your eyes on number 10 in gray if you're watching Manchester. Here comes Gonzalez. The cross is a little high. Nobody home. We'll go the other way. It was a good idea by Ruben Gonzalez, a 5'8" senior from Sylvania, Ohio. I'm trying to find Hardison over here on the left side, and he's got it now. He's able to fight through and get it to Kai Moore. Midweek action here at Rose-Hulman. We said a lot of Wednesdays here, whether it be here at the soccer complex over there in Holbert Arena for volleyball or basketball. So a lot of Wednesdays. You'll watch your calendar, set your calendar, and have a lot of action coming from Rose-Hulman on Wednesdays. Here we go with Rose-Hulman trying to, oh boy, right in the top of the box. We're going to get a corner kick out of this. Is good aggressive defense. Elijah Hardison trying to make a move. We're going to get the throw in. Rose is trying to stay with on the deflection. And Corey Mitchell wins that one, but not able to keep it. Hardison. So hard to score. Neither of these teams have allowed a goal in conference play. 4 matches for both. Neither have surrendered a goal. They say defense wins championships. A lot of people will say that. Manchester with the miscue. Rose-Hulman with an opportunity. Oh, just could not connect there. Was Zico Kelly. Kelly leads the Fighting Engineers in goals. 5 goals scored on the season. I also have 4 for Caleb Urban, 4 for A.J. Yilmaz. Yilmaz was I believe it was Yilmaz that had a hat trick last time out. Rose trying to get in system here. Crisp passing. Get into the box and a goal! For the first time in conference play, the Spartans have surrendered a goal. It was a great opportunity for the Engineers, and they are able to capitalize. And it does not count. Well, they have the score still on the board. I was looking at the referee, and I think they were saying it was a handball. And so I was watching the scoreboard and the referee and trying to figure out what was going on there. So they'll get things corrected. And just like that, we had offsides. And the Engineers going the other way. Dangerous kick there by goalkeep of Manchester, but he got away with that. Wasn't able to clear that very effectively, and that was Ketchmark. Ketchmark, a 6'4" freshman from Couts, Indiana. Errant pass there. Engineers trying to stay patient. Hardison. Now Dowdy. A lot of conversation out there. So there's a lot of frustration, I think, on the field. Early first half, and just not even 15 minutes in. This is a tense environment. This is a very important match here. Manchester wanted a handball just a moment ago. Did not get it. Then went into the box, and good job by Ketchmark. Engineers spending a lot of time down here on their scoring half. And an Engineer throw in. Was off the Engineers. A little unlucky touch there off of the arm of Hardison. Engineers very stout defensively so far, and they've stayed true to their billing. Top of the conference and playing like it so far. Kelly? So the goal for Rose-Hulman was scored by Owen Trout. That was his third goal on the season. The assist went to Julius Salinas. And there's Hardeman again, trying to get in the way of Manchester. It's a good effort there by Julian Coe, as it's going to go the other direction. Spartan's not too happy about that, I'm sure. Engineers another opportunity, and boy, I tell you, Catchmark had to come off his line and just was able to save another goal. You have to be aggressive, but not reckless when you're keeping goal. And Catchmark was very aggressive there and needed to be. And we'll get a corner kick for Rose-Hulman. This could be big for Rose-Hulman right here. Let's see if we get off this corner kick. Great opportunity. Here's Hardeman. Let's see what he can do. And no one there to redirect. Big night for the women. Rose-Hulman women's soccer on the road at Manchester was able to get a shutout win there, 6-0 at Manchester. They improved to 7-2-3 on the season, 4-0-1 in conference play. The Lady Engineers 6 consecutive shutouts. Their scoreless streak, their shutout streak, is just 4 minutes shy of 600. What an incredible achievement so far. Is very sloppy conditions at Manchester, rain-soaked environment, but they persevered. Manchester looking for the equalizer, not able to find it here. They'll regroup. And a sloppy touch there, not able to keep that one in bounds, was Gonzalez. It's going to go the other way. Camille Clark, Sarah Shoemaker, Alicia Rodriguez, Lauren Marquardt, Kyra Hicks, and Tracy O'Gara all scored goals for the Women Engineers this late afternoon, early evening. So 6 goals, 6 goal scorers. So it's kind of spreading it around there. It's nice to see so many getting into the action. Coach Solari Delci's volleyball squad is at Franklin tonight. They're 2-2 in conference play, 9-9 overall. Wishing the volleyball team good success. They should be maybe they'll finish in the first set up there. We'll try to get you some scores later on as that information becomes available. Rose with another corner kick. Caleb Urban. Send this in. It's a good one. Oh, my. What an opportunity there for Jacob Pohl. It's a great corner kick and a good opportunity with the header. Just couldn't find the mark. Can't ask for a much better opportunity than that. Another opportunity. I know you just wanting another opportunity at that. Salinas. Manchester sends one long. Nobody there, really. You had Corey Mitchell all by his lonesome. There's a play in there for Nikolowski. And the cross. Ooh. Low high there for Troop. Great defense there by Rose to bring it the other direction. Pohl. Manchester really struggling to get anything organized on the offensive end. Here comes Hardison. Good touch, an opportunity, and a goal! What a strike! What a goal! I believe that was Yilmaz. Crisp passing leads to the beautiful strike and a 2-0 lead for the Engineers. Michael Tring was the Defensive Player of the Week last week in the conference. In goal, 3 saved and 2 shutouts last week. Caleb Urban last week was the Offensive Player of the Week here at Rose-Hulman. 3 goals, 2 assists. Helped Rose-Hulman achieve 2 victories last week. So Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week, both hailing from Rose-Hulman last week in the HCAC. Engineers looking very impressive so far. First 23 minutes of this match. Whoa, boy. There could have been a dangerous one there, as Train had to smother the ball. It was Corey Mitchell and Julian Coe were right there. The quick strike scoring threat that they were not able to execute, but sometimes the ball bounces your way, and it just about did for the Spartans right there. Engineers have shown when they get the ball in the middle just like this, they can strike quickly. Here they go. Oh, what a save! What a save by Ketchmark. Full extension by the freshman. Kept the goal off the board for the Spartans. And a corner kick. You send it in. Turn and fired. Good defense by the Spartans to clear that out of there. Just get it out of the kitchen. It's too hot. Sometimes it doesn't matter where the ball goes. Just get it out of the box. Priority number one. We've seen a couple of really good corner kicks by the Engineers. That one a little bit too far in advance there, as we're looking to trying to get in that corner, make something happen. I believe that's been Urban on all these corner kicks. I know that they've been really good opportunities for the Engineers. Engineers were the #1 seed, undefeated in conference last season. Looking to do the same thing again. Here come the Engineers once again. A little slippage out there on the field. It's getting a little slick. There's some dew on the field on this turf. Boy, this is about 3 players in the last 30 seconds that have slipped while trying to make a cut. So I have to watch that as the match progresses. At some point you wonder, will Manchester have to adjust the game plan and start to be a little bit more aggressive offensively? That could make them susceptible defensively, which is not what they want to happen. But at this rate, you know, it's impossible to win. You're already down 2 goals. 2 goals in soccer is quite a bit. Not an insurmountable margin by any stretch. Things can happen very quickly, but at some point, I think they're going to have to change things up and be a little more aggressive. Hardison turning. Rose showing some pretty good composure. Trying to pick and find their spots. Switching sides quite often. Now the middle. Here's an opportunity. Trying to make a run and nobody was there. Didn't quite connect as you were trying to Trying to see who that was. They were trying to find him making a run. Boy, just Engineers just really suffocating there defensively. Here we go. And a long attempt. Fairly routine for catch mark on that. And the Engineers being aggressive here. I like that. Yilmaz not going to let him just play it in easily. And here comes Coe. Now Black, leading goal scorer. 22 in gray. You got to watch him. I know you'd love to find one here. Elijah Hardison right there with Julian Coe. Coming in, Ian Boron. Coming out, Christoph Manny. So the first substitution of the match. About 30 minutes in. 15 minutes to go, first half. Engineers lead 2-0. Manchester 3-5-4 on the season, 2-0-2 in conference play, undefeated with those two draws. Rose-Hulman 8-1-2, 4-0 in conference play. So, and they've been winning in pretty dominant fashion when you look at the way the season has gone for the Engineers. Trying to continue that here today. Coming in for the Engineers, Tyler Eldridge and Jackson Seda. And the Engineers will regroup. Now an opportunity for Manchester. See if they can counter an attack, mount an attack. Not able to do so. Engineers have scored 17, now 19 goals in their last 4+ matches. At Mount St. Joe's, they won 4-0. At Defiance, won 5-0. Home against Anderson, 3-0. And home against Earlham, the last time out on Saturday, 5-0. So now 19 goals to none in their last 4+ matches. Here we go with Hardison. on the left side. Sending it in. A little high. And here's the Engineers trying to get there, trying to work the middle. Good job by Manchester to stop that. And an unlucky bounce. Let's see what happens. Hardison able to keep that in bounds. Yes. On a switch. Urban. Still working on it. And the Engineers switch again. Want to make that defense move, Dowdy. No, Hardison. Ooh, right across the face. Engineers kind of want let one go by there. Keeping the pressure up on Manchester as they just not able to really mount anything. Tatenda Malfa will end the game. Hardison. Oh, little miscommunication there. Thought he was expecting his teammate to come with him. Grant Frazier. Next sub for Manchester. Nine minutes to go in the first half. And we're going to get a yellow card. I think there are some words that were said that weren't much appreciated. And here we go. Great aggression. Great job by Seda. Oh, and it goes the other way. I thought that was going Rose's way, but Manchester, let's see what they can do. Rose trying to pinch that corner and able to do so, get the ball back. Seen some physical play at times. Nothing malicious, nothing dirty, but just physical. You have to play that way. Good teams play with a level of physicality. Try to exert their will when necessary. I know the Terre Haute South Braves will be trying to exert their will on Friday evening. We've got a big contest. Conference Indiana football Friday evening at Terre Haute South. Columbus North will be in town for that Conference Indiana matchup, the regular season finale as sectionals loom. It'll be Columbus North at Terre Haute South. I believe that's a 7:30 start, I'm assuming. Surely, to goodness, is a 7:30 start, them coming from Columbus. I know they wouldn't put that at 7 o'clock. But it is homecoming at Terre Haute South as well. So opportunity there. It's a good try. Rose-Hulman not able to score. Catch Mark Johnny on the spot. But Friday evening, it is Columbus North at Terre Haute South, the regular season finale for both clubs. We'll have it right here on the Indiana Sports Network, 7:15 pregame, 7:30 kickoff. I don't know. I was talking to Coach Shannon Jackson, also talking to Coach Josh Wilson separately. So I don't know the last time I was actually looking forward to a regular season finale with Terre Haute South. It's been quite a while that they have had a meaningful game at the end of the season, and here we are fighting for second place. They beat Columbus North. They've locked up second place in the conference, and that is quite a feat. So make sure and tune in for that. Good challenge there by Manchester. And we get a foul. I guess that's going to go on Noah Black, maybe? Maybe Corey Mitchell. Last 5.5 minutes here in the first half. Rose-Hulman up 2-0. Very rainy day here in Terre Haute. Late morning, early afternoon, and the rain subsided, I guess, around 2 o'clock or so. It stopped raining. I know that Rose-Hulman women wish the same could be said at Manchester, but not so. But here, a dry surface for the most part. Just the evening dew, I guess you would say, would be the thing that would be causing a little problem here or there. We've seen some players kind of slipping. But a beautiful facility here at Rose-Hulman that they have to play soccer on. Look over in the western sky, the sun's going down. Just see a little bit of pink left in the sky. Definitely didn't expect to see that as the rain was coming down this afternoon. Here comes Rose, an opportunity snuffed out. Boy, their strikes come so fast. Catch mark sends one. One thing that we talk about with soccer, depth perception, and you look at the difference between high school and college soccer, such a striking difference. The depth perception when you see that send that ball 50, 60 yards and the player has to send it the other direction or advance it one way. Trying to judge the ball in the air. It's a big difference going from high school to college, as we see the challenge a little bit too great there by Ruben Gonzalez. And you see a beautiful picture there. Beautiful picture on your screen as we see the western sky. You can even see different colors of trees there in your picture. As if you look closely, you can kind of see that. There's a tree on the left that is pretty red. There it is. As the kind of watching the action. Down to 3 minutes. Boy, I tell you, Manchester's been very frustrated. I mean, look at Noah Black with his hands on his head there in frustration. Oh, a handball there. There's the call. If I see the handball, you know it's obvious. Sometimes the ball just bounces up a little more than you think. Ruben Gonzalez good call for the handball. Rose-Hulman. 2 minutes and 20 seconds in the half. Nice ball laying just a little too far for Sada to catch up with it. He was tracking. Stuck that right foot out. Couldn't quite connect. Here we go. Mafa. Uh-oh. Could be into the half goal. Nope. And we're going the other way. Manchester down 2-0. And a nice move there by Gonzalez. Engineers would love to keep this for the rest of the half, I would imagine. Or close to it. Michael Trin in goal for the Engineers tonight. Hardison, oh boy. Ball skipped on him. And late substitution at the end of the half, Mason Douglas. Sophomore from Howe, Indiana. Hardison not able to keep that in control. Manafa takes it away. Gonzalez hemmed in. Let's see what he can do.
10, 9,
Into the half. Just a few seconds left. Sada trying to keep up with it. Couldn't do it. And that'll be the half, folks. 45 minutes have been played. Manchester does surrender a goal for the first time in 4 matches. Engineers do not in that first half. 2-0's your score. After 45 minutes of play, Manchester has a little bit of a hole to dig out of. We'll step aside for a commercial timeout and come back with the halftime show. You're watching Rose-Hulman Men's Soccer right here on your spot for sports, the Indiana Sports Network.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, a strength, a determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact, work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have, and that's exactly what connects you to all of us at Great Dane. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021, Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in central and west central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
You are watching HCAC Men's Soccer at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Well, 45 minutes have been played in this conference affair, in this midweek madness, or we might call it, here on a Wednesday evening. As Rose-Hulman in the first 45 minutes looked pretty dominant. 2-0 is your score at the halftime break. Now, Walter Gordon bringing you the action tonight as Rose-Hulman looking to stay at the top of the conference, trying to move to 5-0-0 in HCAC play. They're at the top of the conference in first place. Would love to be there at the end of play on October 26th. That is the last day, or the scheduled day, barring makeups and unforeseen weather. That's the last day for the regular season play. The October 26th is a Wednesday. And Rose-Hulman would love to be in first place at the end of their match on that Wednesday evening. If they're in first place, that means they host the postseason play while they're in contention. They would get a bye in the first round, move to the semifinals, and only have to play 2 matches and win 2 matches for a conference crown. And I say only because that means they don't have to play 3, but not because not because it's a small feat. They were first seed last year, got beat in the semifinals 1-0. So just because you're the top seed doesn't guarantee you a date in the championship game. You have to earn it by being the victor in the semifinal. Last year they were not. But Rose would love to have that opportunity again, and they are trending that direction with this 2-0 lead here at halftime. And incidentally, if Rose-Hulman does have the number 1 seed and host, then we will be here, Indiana Sports Network. We'll provide coverage for the conference championships. We'd love to be here for men's soccer and women's soccer. Women are in contention as well after a 6-0 win at Manchester this evening. So both women and men's soccer faring very well this evening and on the season overall. The ladies of Rose-Hulman, 6 shutouts. I believe it was 6 shutouts in a row now, and have been pretty dominant during that stretch. Rose-Hulman, the men, working on shutout number 5. They've got 4 under their belt, have not yielded a goal since September, I believe, 24th at Ohio Northern. And now are getting close to, I guess that would be close to 400 minutes without yielding a goal. So if Rose-Hulman can continue this streak, continue their dominance, then they will get that 5th conference win, which they so much desire. We'll step aside for a break in our halftime show and come back with more stats and analysis. You're watching Rose-Hulman men's football. Well, yes, some do say football. I'll call it soccer. Indiana Sports Network.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my number 1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not number 1, you are.
We're not number 1, you are.
You're number one at York.
It could be anyone. The star student, the all-state athlete. I never thought it could happen to me, that I could lose everything. I found help, I found hope, I found recovery. I regained something lost.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
2-0 your score in this soccer match. I mentioned the whole world is so interesting. The whole world essentially calls it football, but in the United States of America, we call it soccer, and most of us do. And so, I got a little tripped up there before the commercial break, but still, nonetheless, Rose-Hulman with a lead here at halftime. Your goal scorers and your goals. The first goal was scored by Trout as that was at the 9-minute mark. Rose-Hulman was able to get on the scoreboard and get a goal past the goalkeep for Manchester. Catch mark. Second goal was scored in the 22nd minute, and that was by Yilmaz as Rose-Hulman. Boy, they score quickly when they were able to find their mark in the middle, and that's just when you're. I don't care what sport it is. You have to not allow the opposition to get to the middle, because that's when trouble starts to brew. And that's what happened both times with the Engineers. They got into the middle, a couple of quick passes, some very timely, very crisp passes by the Engineers, and they have a couple of goals. Look at that first half stats, too. The Engineers, a couple of goals and 9 shots on goal compared to 1 by Manchester. Engineers hold advantage 2-1 on corners. Both teams have been awarded the yellow card. Both have 6 fouls. Both have committed an offsides infraction once. 3 saves by Catchmark here in this match, and one where it was full extension, him going to his left. What just a magnificent save. And that very well could have been a goal there if he wasn't so quick on with his reflexes to get to his left to save that goal. And when you look at Trin, is only has 1 save, and that is just a testament to really the Engineers defensively. They've done such a masterful job keeping Manchester from getting anything organized. And Manchester's spent the majority of the first half on their defensive end. And so it's been very tough for them to get organized and to try to mount anything sustained and offensive, but they have a couple of quick strikes, but nothing on the scoreboard to show for it so far. We'll step aside for one more break in our halftime show. Come back and get you set for half number 2. It's Manchester at Rose-Hulman right here on the Indiana Sports Network.
You are watching Rose-Hulman Men's Soccer on the Indiana Sports Network.
If somebody's kind of on the fence of going into a recruiting office or just reaching out to a recruiter, I would absolutely encourage it, if anything, just for the information.
We have a lot of enlistment bonuses out there right now, upwards to about $20,000. If you're in college or you plan to be to college, this is a great choice for you because our organization, we look for students who want to go to college. We also have educational benefits where we pay up to 100% of tuition.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
And the Indiana Army National Guard is our presenting sponsor, our title sponsor. We thank them so much for all they do for us here at the Indiana Sports Network. We also want to thank Culver's, our pregame sponsor. They've been very good to us as well, stepping up in a big-time way. Also, we wouldn't be able to do what we love to do without all of our sponsors. We want a big thank you to Farm Bureau Insurance with Michael Bonomo, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane, Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive. Caden Harper, Grant Hanick, and Nathan Cowan, our camera operators. Tony Harper, our producer and director. Getting ready to come out for half number 2 here at Rose-Hulman. Rose-Hulman with a 2-0 lead as they are 45 minutes away from going 5-0 in conference, and that would be, that would be a big step towards getting that number 1 spot. Manchester right now 3rd in the conference, 2 wins, no draws. Excuse me, 2 wins, no losses, and 2 draws. I know they want to stay clean in that loss column. They would want even more to get a win in the win column. Got a little work to do. Down 2 goals. We'll start half number 2. Let's see how aggressive they come out. And away we go. Chill is definitely in the air now as you can just feel how cool it is. And you know, it's interesting, the papers here up here at our broadcasting perch are very wet. There's so much moisture here. And the paper starts to feel like papyrus. It's just wet and soggy. Nice ball in. Let's see how we go for the Engineers here. Looking for goal number 3. Maffa there. Couldn't quite connect. And good job by Manchester. Getting rid of that threat. And very aggressive there was Douglas. Trying to sneak one in there. Douglas, last 2 minutes of the half for Manchester. Great job by Bowron. And just like that, I said that too quickly. It's just a little miscommunication there. Gave that one away. And Engineers trying to make something happen. Oh! Just offside. Just. Very close. We talk about that quick strike ability for the Engineers, and you saw it right there. Looking for Douglas. And there's an opportunity there. Just couldn't quite connect the way he wanted to. Bowron sent one in towards goal. Sent in one for Urban. Urban cut off nicely. Oh my! Oh, what a mistake! What a mistake. Urban has his hands up. He said, I'll take that. And so an own goal there as the leaves come down. Own goal for goal number 3. Boy, what a mistake there for Manchester as they... Urban was looking to make his run, trying to make something happen, and they had it defended. Oh, but just couldn't clear it, and the ball trickles into their net. Just one little mental lapse, and things like that can happen. Not the first, won't be the last. Urban sends us one up. Was trying to find Seda. Douglas trying to track that down, and he does. Nice fight in the corner. Urban takes it away. Urban trying to send one across. Maffa with the speed there to save the possession. But Douglas playing with an awful lot of energy for the Spartans. You love to see that. Not to say that his teammates are not, but the energy that he's playing with is very noticeable. And here come the Engineers. Engineers with a very good game plan here tonight, and also some pretty good execution. When those two things meet, preparation and execution meet, you get a very good performance, and that's why we're seeing this 3-0 lead. Execution and preparation meeting here tonight. Urban retreats, recovers, sends one through, catch mark, ready. Dangerous situation there for Rose-Hulman, as Treen was able to clear that. Rain started to come down out of nowhere. Or suddenly, I should say. Maybe not out of nowhere, because that's not the case. But suddenly, the rain started to come down. Had leaves there for a while, coming down, and now the rain. Maffa to Salinas. Salinas working that middle. Now we'll get it to the far side. And with this rain, and we're hoping to get this match in before the rain came back. Not so. So that'll limit our coverage of this, our camera angles. I'll say that. It'll limit our camera angles. We're going to pull. We have our cameras in the corner. We're not going to be able to keep those out. Don't want to have damage to that. So we'll just be able to finish this broadcast with a one camera. But we'll still show you the sights the best we can. Looking for Douglas. Not able to connect with him there. I hope Douglas plays the rest of this contest, because this young man is he's made a difference with his speed for Manchester coming off the bench. Pull. Almost 10 minutes into the half. Engineers have increased their lead from 2-0 to 3. Engineers not able to keep the possession. We'll go the other way. Want to remind you once again, Friday night high school football action, Conference Indiana affair, Columbus North at Terre Haute South. Be a 7:15 pregame, a 7:30 kickoff right here on the Indiana Sports Network. Second place in the conference up for grabs if the Braves are able to get that victory. The Braves 5-3 on the season. And I think 4-1 in conference play, I do believe. Let me see. Three and 1. Braves 5-3 overall, 3-1 in conference play. Coach Heron and the squad looking for second place in the conference. Urban, little off the mark. Columbus North 4-4 overall, 3-1 in the conference. So the winner of that game will clinch second place. Bloomington South, top of the conference, undefeated 4-0 thus far. Not sure who they have Friday night, but I know they've already played Bloomington North. They played Columbus North, both of the Souths. So they would have Southport. I'm going to say chances are very good that Bloomington South wins that game. I'm just going to go out on a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Bloomington South has a really good chance to beat Southport. Yeah. Here's a run by Rose-Hulman. City one in. Right across and could not connect with Moffat. Brady Wilson for the Braves, a sophomore quarterback, will lead his troops on the field offensively. Is Josh Kati will play in his last regular season game at Terre Haute South. Is a senior running back that has had a phenomenal season once again. Very close to 1,300 rushing yards on the season. Kati has just. It's been phenomenal. So his last time during the regular season on the field for the Braves. Hoping to go out a winner, and especially on homecoming. Manchester still trying to get something going here. Ooh, Maffa with a great effort there as went to the turf, and he's going to field that one for a little bit. Referee giving him a moment to recover. You could just hear his flesh on that turf. Rose-Hulman football 2-3 overall, 2-0 more importantly though in conference play. They're at Bluffton on Saturday. Be a big game on the road. Won't have it here on our airwaves obviously, but you can tune in to Rose-Hulman's website and be able to stay abreast of what's going on. Rose-Hulman at the top of the conference, 2-0. So a big game there. We'll have them next Saturday. As great defense by Rose there, as Douglas was trying to get a shot on goal. Next Saturday, Franklin will be in town. That'll be a big one. That'll be a big one, folks. Franklin be in town. As the Engineers looking for goal number 4, Urban. Both men's and women's soccer will be at Bluffton on Sunday. So October the 16th, Sunday, men and women's soccer will be at Bluffton. Next men's home contest for men's soccer, October the 19th, that's next Wednesday, as Franklin will be in town. Catch mark. Engineers trying to get organized. Salinas. Mapta. Urban. And good job by Manchester. Got a little physical there. Get that ball back. And surrendered. So matching 12s come in the game. Connor Patton for the Engineers. And Andrew Krebs for the Spartan. Krebs, a sophomore from Bridgewater, Virginia. Patton, a junior from Loveland, Ohio. And send one in and looking for goal number 4. Not able to find that. Engineers trying to make it 5 games in a row without surrendering a goal. They're 26 minutes away from that. Aaron touched by Moffa, gives it away. Gonzalez yields and cannot get it back. Urban and Moffa. Moffa in the box there. We told you that Rose-Hulman was at Franklin. Rose-Hulman volleyball at Franklin tonight. They've gone down. They were defeated by Franklin in 3 sets. 25-18, 25-15, 25-20. So Franklin very dominant at home tonight. A 3-set win over the Engineers. The Engineers dropped to under 500 overall in conference play. Trying to keep you abreast of all things engineer. Basketball season is right around the corner. I know that I believe I was told that men's basketball just started back up as far as maybe workouts, practices, something of that sort. Didn't get exactly what, but Nick Sales will definitely have his hands cut out for him. His first-year head coach, Rose-Hulman men's basketball, as his non-conference schedule is very robust. Nick Sales will start year number 1 with this really in about a month. We are 29 days away, 30 days away basically from the season opener of men's basketball. Coach Sales will be on the road for quite some time. They'll after their season opener at DePaul, they take part of the Great Lakes Invitational. They'll play with Baldwin Wallace and Shrine. There'll be some tough matchups there. Then they will go to Kenosha, Wisconsin to play Carthage. Then they'll go to Albion, Michigan to play Albion. And they'll round out the month of November in the St. Louis area, play Fontbonne. Finally, on December 3rd, they'll get to the friendly confines of home, the Holbert Arena. And they start conference play with Transylvania. It's a great way to start out conference play. As with Transy, I'm being, kind of facetious here. That's a tough way to start out. So they'll be Road Warriors for the month of November, and then welcome Transy at the beginning of December. So that's men's basketball. And Coach Sales, so he'll get a crash course into Rose-Hulman men's basketball, and then HCAC basketball as well as a head coach. Of course, he's a product of the conference, so he knows about it. Let's see what Manchester can do here. Trying to get organized. Looks good, and boy, that was one of the few times where they had a real opportunity. Elliot Mazingo sent one in, but nothing was able to happen. It was headed away by the Engineers. Coach John Preville and the women's basketball team will be on the road for quite some time as well. Look at their season starting November 19th. They'll be out in Pennsylvania for a couple of games. They'll play Penn State Altoona and also Mount Olicious. And then after that, they'll be in Greencastle for the Midwest Challenge. And so the teams will be announced later, but the field has been set. But the teams they play will be announced at a later date. So I can't remember who all is in the Midwest Challenge, but I know DePaul will be the host. I don't want to start saying teams' names, as got to stay on sides there, and we do. And catch mark able to get that thing out of there. I don't want to start saying teams who I try to remember in the Midwest Challenge. I know I'll get it wrong. Treen. So then after those few games, then December 3rd, that's Saturday, the Engineers will host Transylvania. I believe it's the two-time defending conference champions, if I remember correctly. I'm sure Trans will be reloaded, and the Engineers looking to build on a very good season last year. Have a pretty deep senior class, so let's see what happens this year with Coach Prevost and the Lady Engineers. Here comes Urban on the right side. Nice ball in the box. Oh, boy, the touch a little too heavy. Kelly had the goal in sight. It was a great ball by Urban. Kelly just a little heavy on the touch. .8 minutes to go, just a little bit over 18 minutes to go, as you can see on your screen there, the scoreboard. Or you could have a moment ago. Urban has some beautiful corner kicks. Let's see what he can do here. Very nicely defended. Sent back by the Engineers, and harmlessly goes over the goalpost. Zachary Stolberg coming in for the Engineers. Latest up. As Catchmark will send it away. And Stolberg, the ball found him, just right into the contest. With the ball on his foot right now. Sending one ahead. Never know how it's going to ricochet. It's a good job by Maffa to stay on his horse. Just never know how the ball is going to ricochet. If you stop your run, then you don't give yourself a chance. Stolberg stops that one. A couple more substitutions will be coming in for the Engineers momentarily. Giving you all the sights and sounds here at the Indiana Sports Network is what we love to do. Give you lots of Rose-Hulman action during the calendar year. Urban just high. And a lot of substitutions. This time is we got Peter Jacob, Caleb Yankee, Yilmaz came back in the game, Matthew Schwartz coming into the contest, and there was one more that I didn't catch. Number 5, I caught 4. Just a shade underneath 15 minutes to go in the contest. Engineers trying to stay clean defensively. Looking for 5 matches without being scored upon. Manchester yielded their first goal, the 9-minute mark. First time in over 4 matches. Manchester hasn't been bad defensively. Part of the problem is they haven't been able to mount anything offensively, so they've been pressed on one side of the field. Very tough that way. When you're constantly on defense, you kind of wear down a little bit, and your opponent finds a little chink, a little crease, and they make the most of it quickly. Looking for Douglas again, not able to connect with him. Engineers making a run. So our next Rose-Hulman broadcast after tonight will be next Wednesday. We'll have more men's soccer as Franklin will be here to challenge the Engineers. So we'll be seeing Franklin twice that week. We'll see Franklin with men's soccer on Wednesday, and then on Saturday, October 22nd, we'll see Franklin in football over at Cook Stadium, just a little west of here. So Wednesday, Saturday next week, Rose-Hulman Athletics, men's soccer and football, both against Franklin. 7 p.m. on Wednesday, 1:30 start kickoff on Saturday. Trying to get organized there. Send one toward the box and a little off the mark. Douglas down there challenging for Manchester. And he takes it away. Manchester wanted to get on the board. You could see it. They want to get on the board. Nobody wants to get shut out. You want to give shutouts, not be shut out. Speaking of shutouts, my Cardinals a quick exit of the National League wild card. Winners of the NL Central, but lost 2-0. 2 games to none against the Phillies in the wild card. A little disappointing for me, but I'm sure Phillies fans are very happy about that. But they move on. Good friend of mine, speaking of Philly, good friend of mine, Scott Gant, was just moved to Philly the beginning of the school year. Took a new job there, and he'll be at the Cowboys-Eagles game on Sunday night. Scored some tickets, and I'm all kinds of jealous. Be a fantastic football game, at least it should be. Fantastic football game. And a couple of NFC East division opponents. Eagles undefeated. Cowboys, I think, was just one loss. So I know Scott's going to have an awesome time. Hopefully, hope to see some good pictures and videos from that. We had a little bit of a rain shower. There's maybe 5 or 10 minutes worth of rain, then a little pop-up shower went away. It was dry before and it's been dry since, at least during the contest, I should say. Rose possessing the ball. Trickling down to 8 minutes. Shot on goal goes over the mark as Ketchmark. Ketchmark just a freshman, folks. Really very interesting to watch his progress as he continues through here at Manchester. Moves well in the goal. Big body, 6'4". Athletic young man. And a foul there. Going to be called on Cabello. That's who I didn't get earlier. Nope. Nope. Looking at the wrong side. Nope. That was Matthew Schwartz, excuse me, to get called for that foul. I did get him. Spartans were looking far post, not able to connect. 6.5 minutes to go. Engineers still clean. Schwartz right there defensively, staying strong. And Manchester gives it away. Engineers. Three to score. Engineers just under 6 minutes away from another clean sheet. Have not been scored upon since September the 24th. Julian Code has been kept under wraps, as has Noah Black. Just not able to find any room to make something happen there to try to get on the scoreboard for their squad. After this contest, Manchester, it'll be Saturday, they'll be at Mount St. Joe's and then they'll be home on next Wednesday against Anderson. So a couple of games that Mount St. Joe's will definitely want to win. Of course, you want to win every game, so they'll want to regroup after this loss. If the score holds, they'll definitely want to regroup from this loss. The Engineers after this match we mentioned they'll be at Bluffton on Sunday, and we also mentioned next Wednesday they'll be here against Franklin. So Engineers at the top of the conference, undefeated at the top of the conference. You want to stay that way as long as you possibly can. And with this match, you're over halfway home as far as the conference schedule. After next week, they will have Saturday, October 22nd, home against Transy. That'll be on an afternoon contest, and then that Wednesday, regular season finale at Hanover. So Hanover, when you finish the season at Hanover, that could be for first place in the conference. Very well could be first place in the conference on that date. Here comes Rose and catch mark. Catch mark with that save. Not a whole lot of pace on it, so it's able to get to the ground and keep that. So talking about, like I said, Hanover at the end of the season. Hanover right now, I don't know what they did tonight, but coming into the night, 3-0-1 in conference play. So that match against Hanover on the 26th at Hanover could be for first place in the conference. So both of those teams vying for first place. Trickling down to 1 minute. And we mentioned Hanover. They are at Franklin tonight, finishing up. Just a few moments there that remain, probably 10 minutes there, as Hanover scored in the 84th minute. They're up 1-0, so that's at Franklin. So Hanover trying to get another victory to go 4-0-1 to stay right there with Rose-Hulman, who now is just 30 seconds away from going 5-0 in the conference. Trying to get this shutout, and that one is going to go harmlessly over the goal. And the Engineers will indeed get their 5th shutout in a row. 4-0, 5-0, 3-0, 5-0, and now 3-0 your score against Manchester. So Rose-Hulman, a big victory to stay at the top of the conference, as they will move to 9-1 and 2 overall. More importantly, like I mentioned, 5-0 in the conference. Manchester will drop to 3-6 and 4 overall, 2 1 and 2 in conference play. Both teams will be in action on Saturday. We wish both of them best of luck. And of course, Rose-Hulman, we mentioned, will be, over the weekend. Rose-Hulman will be in action on Sunday. I want to remind you that on Friday night, we'll have high school football. That will be our next broadcast, high school football Conference Indiana style. Columbus North will be at Terre Haute South. That'll be a 7:15 pregame and a 7:30 kickoff. I want to thank our sponsors for tonight's match. Indiana Army National Guard is our presenting sponsor. Culver's our pregame sponsor. Also, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Farm Bureau Insurance with Michael Bonomo. Great Dane. Hamilton Center. Lynn's Pharmacy. Burdell National Bank, and York Automotive. I want to thank Kanan Harper, Grant Hanick, and Nathan Count for giving us the pictures tonight, and for Tony Harper, our producer and director, for putting this all together. When Rose-Hulman, a big victory tonight, 3-0, your victory, your score against Manchester. This has been a production of Indiana Sports Network, LLC. Thank you for watching.
You are watching Rose-Hulman Men's Soccer on the Indiana Sports Network. This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.